Introduction: the rising tide of naval power. By the early 16th century, the Mediterranean Sea had become a theater of intense rivalry between the rising Ottoman Empire and the maritime powers of Europe. The Ottomans, under the reign of Suleiman the Magnificent, sought to dominate the Mediterranean and secure their position as a global power. Their navy, led by the legendary Admiral Hayreddin Barbarossa, had already proven its might in several engagements. Opposing them was the Holy League, an alliance formed by Pope Paul III to counter Ottoman expansion. This coalition included Venice, the Spanish Empire, and the Knights of Malta, backed by the formidable fleet of Charles V, Holy Roman Emperor. The stage was set for a decisive naval battle, one that would shape the balance of power in the Mediterranean for decades to come. The prelude to war. The Venetians, alarmed by Ottoman advances in the Adriatic Sea, appealed to their European allies for assistance. The Ottomans had captured several key Venetian territories, including Coron, Patras, and Preveza, threatening Venetian trade and security. In 1538, the Holy League assembled a massive fleet under the command of Andrea Doria, a renowned Genoese admiral in the service of Charles V. Meanwhile, Hayreddin Barbarossa consolidated the Ottoman fleet at Preveza, a strategically significant port on the western coast of Greece. With his fleet of around 122 ships, Barbarossa prepared to confront the larger Holy League Armada, which boasted over 300 ships. Despite being outnumbered, Barbarossa's experience, tactical brilliance, and understanding of the terrain gave the Ottomans a significant edge. The battlefield. The Gulf of Ambracia. The Gulf of Ambracia, a narrow body of water flanked by rugged cliffs, became the chosen battleground. Barbarossa skillfully positioned his fleet within the Gulf, using the geography to his advantage. The shallow waters and narrow entrances limited the maneuverability of the larger Holy League ships, forcing them to engage on Ottoman terms. Doria, confident in his numerical superiority, sought to lure Barbarossa's fleet into open waters where the Holy League's galleons and heavy artillery could dominate. However, Barbarossa refused to leave the protective confines of the Gulf, forcing Doria into a difficult tactical position. The battle unfolds. On September 28, 1538, the Holy League launched its assault. Doria's fleet advanced cautiously, wary of Ottoman ambushes. Barbarossa, employing his smaller and more agile galleys, launched swift and devastating attacks on the Holy League's flanks. Ottoman ships, powered by oars, had the advantage of mobility over the wind-reliant European galleons. Barbarossa also utilized Greek fire, a highly flammable substance, to devastating effect. Ottoman galleys set Holy League ships ablaze, creating chaos and breaking their formations. The narrow waters compounded the Holy League's difficulties, as their larger ships struggled to navigate and support each other. Despite their best efforts, the Holy League fleet suffered heavy losses. Ottoman sailors, driven by their experience and morale, boarded enemy ships in fierce close-quarters combat. By the end of the day, the Holy League was forced to retreat, leaving behind dozens of burning and captured ships. The aftermath. Ottoman supremacy secured. The Battle of Preveza was a resounding victory for the Ottomans. It solidified their control over the eastern Mediterranean and marked the decline of Venetian and Spanish influence in the region. Barbarossa's tactical genius and the Ottomans' mastery of galley warfare became legendary. The Holy League's defeat exposed the limitations of their coalition, plagued by internal divisions and strategic missteps. Venice was forced to sign a peace treaty with the Ottomans in 1540, ceding key territories and paying a heavy tribute. Ending. A legacy of naval dominance. The Battle of Preveza was not merely a military triumph, but a statement of Ottoman maritime dominance. Under Barbarossa's leadership, the Ottoman navy would continue to expand its reach, striking fear into European powers and securing vital trade routes. Barbarossa, now hailed as a hero of the Ottoman Empire, returned to Constantinople to a hero's welcome. Suleiman the Magnificent, impressed by his admiral's success, redoubled his efforts to strengthen the Ottoman navy, ensuring its dominance for decades. Next chapter. The Siege of Malta. The Ottoman Empire's ambitions in the Mediterranean were far from over. The next great confrontation would come in 1565 at the tiny yet strategically vital island of Malta, home to the Knights Hospitaller. This siege, pitting the might of the Ottoman Empire against the resilience of the Knights, would become one of the most famous battles of the era, a dramatic tale of courage, endurance, and the shifting tides of history. To be continued. The Siege of Malta, the last bastion of the Knights.